Life changes on a daily basis. Every minute, every hour, still we try to save it. But I gotta keep moving and making. Happy cause Lord knows life is crazy.
Welcome everybody to TruExact Show. I'm here with Brian, and our special guest today is the one, the only owner of the IBATTLE URL scout, battle rapper himself, LEXX LUTHOR. What's up, man?
What up, my dude?
Just hanging in here, you know, trying to get healthy, maintaining, as they like to say, if they do still say that.
Appreciate you having me tonight.
No, it's really cool. Thanks for coming on. I know your schedule is really ridiculously busy, especially with all the flyers I see you post, like with the battle events coming up. So
I was about to tap out for the night until I got that notification. I got a notification on my phone that was like interview. I'm like, what?
That's how you got to do it sometimes. I personally tattoo mine on my wrist and then get them removed each time and put back on. So it's a little different method here. So, all right, before we get into like some of the events you recently had and whatnot, I do want to touch on like how you started to get into battle rap. I mean, for me, it was like watching the World Rap Championships and the Smack DVDs and stuff. But how you got in it, also how you came to like own the league and buy it. Like, I'm really interested in that concept, man.
Well, shit, where do you want me to start?
Go for it, man. Where you got into it? Like first battle you watched, YouTube, what really piqued your interest?
I don't even know. Probably the old DVDs or the early YouTube era with Reed Dollars and Iron Solomon.
Right. Yeah,
that was like a couple battles that I saw where I was like, damn, I gotta do this. And Fight Club actually on TV, which was, I saw French Montana on there, Nems, Remy Ma, a couple people that still battle actually battled on there. Who's on there? Matt Hoffa battled, I think.
Jin was on there too, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was like after 8 Mile. It was like their first real attempt at like a big event after 8 Mile came out. That was like a televised thing, I think. It was probably like early 03. Yeah, I remember Iron and Math were on that as well. That's just damn wow.
Yeah, I remember Serious Jones being. It was like the first time someone really wrote for their opponent. Like didn't spit. It was either they were freestyling or they were spitting mixtape verses. And Serious Jones, when he battled Jin, it was like the first time I saw someone with like catered material for their opponent. To the point where we were like, "Is this against the rules? Was he allowed to do that?" You know?
Yeah.
Write like perfect punchlines about a guy and show up with 20 of them. But yeah, that was definitely one of my main influences, especially that battle, that Serious Jones performance against Jin. I thought that was crazy. I quoted that for weeks as a kid.
Nice, man.
Didn't Serious Jones get in like a bunch of trouble? Not too long ago.
Never meet your idols, you know what they say.
Yeah.
I think it was all allegedly. We'll go with that. We don't know the details. But all right, man. So like you got into battling, obviously, and we had Organic on. He said something interesting. So I was like, yo, like you stopped battling once you started making the league, King of the Dot, because like your time just literally is consumed with running that league at that point. And he said something along the lines, I'm paraphrasing, like if I could go back and if I knew I'd never battle again, younger me probably like wouldn't have even started it. I wouldn't have known. So like now he's happy he did it, obviously, but like when you bought the league and whatnot, did you think it'd be this much like, oh my god, I'm like literally setting all this shit up all the time?
No, because even before I did that, I helped with event coordinating and stuff like that. And I don't know, for some people, having a crazy win on a big stage and walking off a win, that feels great. And then for some people, bringing someone into battle rap and watching them have that same moment feels way better. You know what I mean? Like there's no way that like winning a battle on Summer Madness feels as good as watching like DUNSH on Summer Madness. You know what I mean? In the slightest, for me at least. And I'm sure it's the same for a lot of people, like Direct, who's an amazing MC and doesn't really battle like that just because he prefers to do other things. You know what I'm saying? For me personally, I prefer to put on my friends, because it's also like, what's the point of doing everything I did if I couldn't help other people with it, right?
Right. And the more and more I talk to people on this show, the more like a piece of shit I always feel because I do nothing for any one of my friends at all. I've tried to push people in the right direction. It's either always fails or I push them in the wrong direction without ever knowing. So, hey, at least you got some trophies to put on your mantle. Me, empty mantle back here. Nothing. Oh, Mickey mantle. That was not planned at all. I swear to God. Not planned at all. No, but all right, I want to talk about how did you buy the league? Like, how did you really, because that's not like something.
It was defunct at the time, and
Right.
I battled a league that invested in me. So I was booking the battlers that were on iBattle with me as the league was defunct. And it kind of just came to the point where I was like, if I'm going to take this serious and I'm really going to make a long-term plan with it, I want to run with like my home league, being the first people that put some money behind me, paid me to battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just felt right. And everybody that I was booking was from there, you know? And I don't know. Anyways, it was just the right thing to do for me at the time. And I know Logic really wanted to see iBattle do well, and he could not continue pushing it. You know what I mean? Like, and at the end of the day, like, I started there and I saw all my peers there, and when Logic wasn't able to do anything, they were kind of like nomads and like just caught in like the endless cycle of battle rap, battling on random leagues, hoping somebody's going to put some money behind them or take them serious, you know? And it wasn't, I couldn't see myself continually taking battles and not helping all my friends, you know, especially since I already knew how. I was already event coordinating with Beast Mode. I had already found like Eddie I found DUNSH already. When I lived in Canada, we found Franchise, we found Joey Gambello. Like, I already did this for so many people. When I moved back home to New York and all my friends had nowhere to battle anymore, it was kind of like, I got to do something. And I'm not going to go to Logic and be like, just give me the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just give me that shit. Like, yo, here's a duffel bag. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I got it.
That was it. Now, did you ever feel like, oh, go on, bro, sorry.
What's up? Because you said, like, you know, you go and you find people. What's that process like? Like, how do you get word of, okay, this dude's pretty good over in California. This dude's over here. He's all right. Like, how
I
do you
just
find
everything.
Yeah.
I just watch everything. I'm like Cerebro and X-Men. I swear to God, bro. I watch everything. I watch it all. I'm really in tune with what's going on. Like, when new leagues open, I always will click. I'll subscribe on iBattle. If you go on iBattle, I'm subscribed to like mad leagues that have like 14 subscribers. One is us, you know. I just watch for who people are watching, and I look to see things that I've never seen before. And obviously, I'm in tune with, you know, the grapevine. So when things, and there's spikes in relevancy for battle rappers, like, I hear about it pretty much instantly.
Yeah.
You know, then myself, I do a lot of tryouts where I take people who have never battled before at all, and I give them their first battle. And in those battles, I'm not really looking for anything, because, you know, you can't expect the unexpected. Like, it's something I've never seen before. If I'm going to see something original, I have no idea what I'm looking for, but when I see it, I'll know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So one of those.
Do you have like competition with like the other battle leagues? Like, let's say like you find out about a guy, and like you go there and you're like, oh, you know, I could get you on this, I can get you on that. And they're like, oh, well, you know, King of the Dot came along and they said they could do this, they could do that. Like, do you have any of that goes on?
Yeah, we all do to a certain extent. You know, everybody's got a little bit of competition in their blood. And not only that, the battlers play a lot of games too, to like, what's the best option that I could get. And
leveraging.
Work hand in hand with a lot of people. So we're always in communication. And the battlers will play like mom and dad, like mom said no, so I'm going to go ask dad type shit, you know? Like, like King of the Dot said, I can't battle pass, So like maybe I'll ask Lex and we'll see what he does. You know what I'm saying?
Now, do you have any stipulations in your league that, I don't know if you want to say it, but like you do hear a lot of other leagues like, you know, oh, you can't do that, can't do that. Like, are you more just like, yeah, we'll put you up against who we feel you can be put up against, you know?
Real with people, I go, listen, if you're gonna be consistent on iBattle, take consistent opponents, and you try really hard in those battles and they're crazy, I'm obviously going to reward you. But if you battle here and then we don't see you for another 6 months, you're naturally gonna get passed up by fucking 12 people, you know? So yes, the battlers will be like, Lex, don't fuck with me because I haven't battled there. But the reality of it is the new guy passed you up 6 months ago. You know what I mean?
No, but that's true. I mean, like, I think that's a great way to do it. And I do want to touch on, because there's so many leagues that open up now. I mean, like, there's more. I don't even know how many, honestly. Like, what are the biggest mistakes the newer leagues make that when they get going that you feel like you've done a good job with?
Too many people want to be leaders and not enough followers. Like, nobody's really trying to even learn the game before they get their feet wet. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if somebody really wants to get into it, they should get next to somebody who does this and that gives a fuck about them not losing money, you know? Or else they're just going to do it on their own and they're going to lose hella bread and they'll be gone in 3 months anyways. They'll throw one event, lose mad money, throw another event to recoup, not recoup, and then quit. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ.
That's the life. I would say get next to somebody that you know isn't a scumbag, who's in like your local area. You know, like if you're in Maryland, Hills, if you're in Ohio, get next to Lou. Like there's big people in every state. There's staples that are active and that are helping people. And if you could find those like positive people that are really pushing talent and get next to them, and they can help you. They can make sure you don't lose no bread. They might have venues for free, so you don't have to pay $1,500, huge expense right there. They might already have camera crews that already know what to do with battle rap. They know how to film them. They know how to pump their footage out to you. They know how to, everything. It's really important to get next to the people with experience, because not only are you going to fuck up your own shit, you're going to fuck up all the battle rapper shit too, because now they can't have a crazy battle that month that would have happened somewhere else because you paid them $250 to battle in a kitchen. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's fucked up, but it is what it is. That is probably the biggest mistake, is thinking that you could just do it on your own and not wanting to learn. It's like opening a restaurant and never cooking a day in your life and then expecting people to like the food. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it makes sense.
That's like so many things now, though. It's like everybody wants to be a boss. Everybody's, I'm in charge. I'm in charge. But it's like, yo, you don't even know how to do this shit. How are you going to be in charge?
Yeah. I mean, bro, I had to pay attention for a really long time, and I had to make a lot of mistakes. I had to lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know?
I would imagine.
But I definitely think it's best to get next to somebody so you can learn from their mistakes instead of making your own, I guess.
Now, that's the, like, as far as the leagues, that's a mistake they make. Like, these younger battlers who come up, I mean, what's the one mistake or advice you would tell them, like, not to do or do?
There's some really serious places to battle around the country that will take you serious and will help you if you are consistent on their platform and try really hard. And you also have to be really good. You can't just try really hard. It's not going to help. But, you know what I mean?
Right.
Try really hard. If you're really good, the crowd is receptive to you. People are watching you online. They'll do things for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these leagues nowadays will invest in you. They have many forms of income. Everybody's doing pay-per-views. Everyone's doing some type of stream, or everybody's got t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are really serious places out there. Don't waste your time with the local bullshit. Like, go get it. They're out there. You have to drive 3 or 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours to get to somewhere that'll take you more serious. Do it. It's worth it.
It's good advice. Shit. No, I agree, because it reminds me of, like, something a lot of people we've had on, the rappers, like, don't become like a local legend, if you will. Like, get outside your box. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like who cares if 25 people at your local bar know you could rap? Like go make a fan base of 2,500. You know. Now with the venue booking, are there any? I always wonder this. Like, are there ever any issues with, like, the venue bookings and trying to explain to them what's actually going on? Because God forbid someone YouTubes a fight that happened with an old battle, they'll be like, oh, hell no. Or are you comfortable with people in certain places?
There's definitely been people that have been like, I don't know, man, I'm not trying to have rap battles. But most of the places that we have battles, we know the people.
Right.
And we also, you know, when I go to show them what we do, I don't play a math alpha battle. I'm like, hey, this is what we do. And I show them like homeschool and Knox, you feel me?
Right.
This is what we do. And they're like, all right, dope. You know what I'm saying? So right away, it's game. But, you know, I've had some issues. I've had some outside of that. I've had people like drop guns in the venue and the venue owner be like, what the fuck? And then I'd have to get like an armed guard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know, stupid shit. I've had like my own fights at the event and had to tell them, you know, let us come back. That was a once in a lifetime type of thing. But we have some issues. For the most part, the venues that we use are places where fights happen regularly anyway. So they're like, we don't give a shit. You know?
Just pay us our fucking money.
Yeah. Give me $500. Y'all could all fucking brawl in here all night.
Yeah.
You know? Lock the door. Now you can't leave.
That's great, man. Before you get into like the upcoming battles you have and stuff with the league you run, talk about like this weekend, the battle event you had, and how it went, man.
The battle event this weekend was pretty good. We kept it to a minimum of like 30, 40 people. Not really, you know, halfway because of COVID and halfway because we really want to be able to control the environment of the battle. We don't want people in there that are like, you know, gonna get drunk and do stupid shit and, you know, pretty much what the venue would have an issue with, right?
Yeah.
We'll keep it all streamed, keep it all online, maybe like 30, 40 heads in the building tops. And all the battles were real heaters. We had Father Focus Confucius, who's from Wisconsin, battle Checka Fred from North Carolina. And that's another thing that we tell our venue owners is like all the people battling each other from all these other places, they're not locals.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have 50 Staten Island people coming here.
There's
you know,
no way someone from Wisconsin could have beef with someone from North Carolina. Like, there's nothing that could happen, honestly.
So that battle was crazy. We also did Dallas Cash and Benji Reckless, which was fucking awesome. Dallas Cash is, you know, been around since grind time. He used to battle on No Coast too. He'd battle like 2-3 times a weekend and beat all 3 people.
Sounds like a great guy. Like,
That is a sicko, man. And he had a real crazy battle with Benji. I gotta plug my phone in. He had a good one with Benji. Also, Ken Savvy battled last moment. He battled like on 5 days' notice, and it was absolutely incredible. That's definitely something to credit. He battled CJA, who's one of the craziest up-and-comers.
yeah, I've actually caught.
right now.
I've caught some of his. He's one of the newer guys I have been following a bit, and like he's yeah, I like him a lot. But yeah, what was the main event though this week? Didn't you have Dunsh up there?
Yeah, Dunsh and King Jables was the main event. 2 people that started with us. 2 people that are straight grassroots battlers on IBATTLE. And it was awesome. It really comes down to the first round. Dunsh's 3rd round is probably one of the best rounds of the year, if not round of the year. I don't really give a fuck what people talking about. But I gotta give Jables the 2nd against Dunsh, and it really comes down to the first, which is preference. You know, it was I wouldn't say bars versus jokes type of thing, but Jables was definitely more aggressive and straightforward, and Dunsh was more sarcastic. You know what I mean? So that round comes more into you know, what you prefer than anything. I can't wait to drop it. It's out on the app right now for single purchase. It's out for $5.99.
Yeah, that's another angle too, which is interesting with battle rap. And were you ready to go run with that too when like technology took over and you were like, all right, like these apps are coming out, the pay-per-views, like were you like all ready to go at that? Did it take a few?
Yeah, we were working on it when URL dropped their app. We were in the development stage of it. And, you know, a lot of people that knew that we were doing it, we're like, oh no, they dropped their app first. Oh no. I was like, that's cool because I want to see what people say about their app. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see what people complain about. I want to see what people want from a battle rap app. So I was pretty happy with the fact that their app came out first, and their app was fucking nuts. Like, immediately had such a crazy catalog of unreleased battles. They kind of had us on our toes with as far as being creative, and also having an extensive unreleased catalog to release like they did. But yeah, man, and their app's been really crazy. Have you used Caffeine by any chance?
No, I haven't. I'm not.
The Caffeine app is wicked, man, and it looks like they're in some fucking crazy Hollywood studio. There's like 40 cameramen. There's like 13 people backstage on computers chopping up footage as the battles happen and shit. It's wild.
Is that the one Drake backed a bit? Did he put some money
Yes.
behind that one? He put, yeah. Well, good for him.
Specifically that one.
I don't know.
Yeah, specifically that. Like, it was specifically working with URL and doing like a consistent stream with their app, and those battles have been real fucking crazy. And the way their app interface, like how they do it with the comments and the way people buy coins to do certain emojis, kind of like Twitch. It's like I can see them trying to compete with Twitch, and that's why they did that. But it's really cool for battle rap. It's definitely something that I look at that our app doesn't have, and I'm like, damn, that's something I wish we could do.
Yeah,
It's way more interactive.
Yeah, I have like one more question before we get to like your plugs and stuff. As a fan, do you prefer the small rooms or big rooms?
I don't know. It depends on the battle.
All right, that's fair.
Depends on the battle. I mean, certain battles are better on the big stage. Certain battles are better for small rooms. I think, you know, and the big stage is different because you have to write differently for that type of experience. And if a certain battler doesn't know that, it's going to be a bad performance. Or not even doesn't know that, just doesn't cater to the crowd correctly. It won't wind up being well perceived well. I prefer certain lyricists in a small room, but the performers I prefer on a big stage, like Big T, Hitman Holla. I definitely prefer those people on a big stage. Disaster.
Yeah. Yeah, because they could control crowds pretty much, and you control the crowd, you know, you're good. If you could
They
get that
also
crowd,
move around a lot. They take up a lot of
Right.
space in the ring, and they're like all over the fucking place. It's a performance. It's like you're watching. I was gonna say like Beauty and the Beast or some shit like that on Broadway, but you know what I mean? Like, when it's that many people, it pretty much is that.
you weren't gonna say it, you did say it, and I love that you said it. All right, we got. If you want to let us know about like your upcoming events, man, any battles, events coming up. I know you have probably.
Bro, if I sat here and talked about my upcoming events,
yeah, anything you're looking forward to the most, like throw out there, like that people should.
Listen, at the end of the day, I have streams on the IBATTLETV app every 2 weeks, sometimes every week for the next 3 months. Lots of up-and-comers, lots of people we're developing, lots of people we've already developed getting their big shots, and also lots of Legends returns and bigger battles that we can now afford, you know? So we have a lot of really cool stuff coming up. I would say just tune in every 2 weeks.
All right, before we get to our final segment here, Lex, I have to ask you, give us like battle fans who haven't really kept up too much with like the newer stuff. Give us a guy to look out for.
I would say the best people to look out for right now on iBattle would be Kang, Homeschool, Shaji, DUNSH, King Jables, CJA. I could really do this for a long time. Knox, you know?
All right, tell us people that shouldn't look out for.
Yeah,
Nah, I got you.
I have a long list of events and a long list of crazy battlers that I'm working with, man.
All right, so Lex, really appreciate you joining us, but we do a final segment here, and it's called Gun to Your Head, and we ask 2 questions each, and it's a little wordplay involved. It's not your typical Coke or Pepsi type thing. We had a little wordplay. You'll understand, and you have to pick a winner at the end. You have to pick the best question, and Brian likes to keep tallies, and he gets really intense if he loses. So I, on the other hand,
Okay, yeah.
I
Me,
am
that shit on me, huh?
I am very
no
cordial.
hiding tallies under your hat.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
All right, so I'll go first. We'll go back and forth. You ready?
All right.
Okay, for a month, you could only eat hamburgers, or for 1 week, you have to eat burgers made out of ham.
I guess hamburgers.
Fair. I would do that too. Brian?
All right. Would you rather only be able to speak using synonyms or eat a tablespoon of cinnamon?
Definitely the synonyms.
Yeah, who would want to
Speaking
eat?
synonyms?
Mm-hmm.
Be
That's
hard.
pretty, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's pretty ridiculous.
I would say eating a spoonful of cinnamon is pretty ridiculous as well.
That is too, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just picking my ridiculous.
All right. All right. For 1 month, the only thing you could do, the only activity you could do is play cricket, the sport, or the only animal you could pet is a cricket.
I think if I pet a cricket once, it'll die.
No, it lives. It lives. It's yours.
It lives. It's an immortal cricket.
Yeah.
I'll pet the immortal cricket.
All right, so you can't pet dogs. You see a dog. Oh, I only pet crickets.
Who needs a dog when you have an immortal cricket?
All right, there you go, Brian.
All right. Would you rather get forechecked or have a massive forehead,
What's forecheck?
Hockey.
like in hockey?
Yeah, I'll get a forecheck since it only happens once.
Yeah,
Who
you
the
have
fuck
to.
is that?
You have to live with your forehead for the
I
rest.
wrote, people just be calling my phone on Facebook Messenger that I don't even know. They just be calling me, bro.
It's probably like the movie Cellular. You have one call, please help. Yeah, who the fuck?
Fuck it.
All
Fuck
right.
it. I'm petting an immortal cricket. I don't got time for
Yeah.
this shit.
That's a great segue into possibly, but let's.
No, I'll
see.
take the forecheck though, because it happens once. Massive forehead be my whole life.
Forever.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite question? Pick a winner.
Man, I would say the hamburger one because I really thought about it. And a burger made out of ham, like Dominican Christmas ham. That sounds real fucking good, man. So that was tough. But then I don't know how many of them I'd be able to eat. What if I didn't like it? And if I didn't like it and I had to eat it multiple times, that would be trash. So I just went with the hamburger since
I
it
will
was,
say that's one of the more
guaranteed.
in-depth answers we've had on a question in a very long time, and I'm okay with that. I really am.
It's the D&D player in me, bro.
Yeah. All right, Lex, thanks for coming on, man. We'll let you go.